dough lesson. It has to be one of my all-time favorite lessons. It went really well. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. It's like a play-based learning thing. Here we go. The Chinese teachers always make them sit in a straight line. I guess Chinese people are obsessed with having lines straight. I read up about the history. It's a thing, straight lines. But there are too many of them for me to see them all very well um, in a straight line. So I like getting them to sit in a semicircle, creating a bit more space so they're not behind each other. I don't and initially, like, they've already gotten used to doing the line thing because I thought it was just a school policy thing, and then later I figured out that no, it's actually okay for me to change that a little bit. Sometimes they have me change it back to the straight line and I have to rearrange it all over again. Continuous thing. Okay, I do that a lot. I say wrong. The good morning, good evening, good night, and then see if they can respond the correct way. It's a control check to make sure they are focused, they're actually listening to me. Saying correct good morning, good evening isn't necessarily that important to me. It's more to make sure they are focused, they are listening to me, because if they say it wrong, it means they're dissociated, they're not focused, and I need to do something else to get them woken up and listening. First most important thing was to tell them not to eat the stuff. That is so important. Because that's going to be huge problems for me. I'm taking a risk doing this class. I'm not allowed to bring outside stuff in, and this is my flour because they wouldn't give me any, which is slightly breaking the rule, but I promise that I won't let them eat it. So it's so important they do not put any of the stuff in their mouths. I could get into so much trouble. Next, I just told them that if they are noisy and don't pay attention and don't follow the rule, then we can stop this lesson and we can do the bookwork, which is obviously a little bit more boring. Obviously, they want to do this one because this is going to be, you can already see it's going to be a lot more fun than just doing the book, the usual thing. So, here we go. Typical Amanda. Just told her the rule is don't touch until I'm done with the demonstration, and up she comes and touches. That is my second warning. In a minute, there will be repercussions if she comes up again. Again with the Chinese, we've talked about food groups before. They've done basic foodstuffs. I've taught them a little bit about dough before this. I'm actually a little bit agitated here. I don't like Chinese in my class. And if the teacher does that, that sets the wrong standard for me. Sometimes I do need an explanation. We talked about food groups. They don't fully comprehend everybody grain, so that's partly why I wanted to do the dough thing, is physically show them what is it, feel, touch, see. Here we go.
I know it sounds the same, but this flower is spelled this way. And the flower you're thinking of, a pretty flower, is spelled like this. Yeah. Yeah. Flower. You can know a flower here. Here is flower.
Very clever. They immediately picked up that those two words sound the same.
There are words in English that have the same sound, but they use different things. Okay. Anyway, so from the flour we make dough, and the dough is for cake, for noodles, for cookies, for bread, for pizza, for no. Cake. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's look at what I have on the table. This is the flour. This is my wooden spoon. This is a measuring cup.
Okay, this is taking a bit long. I'm just going through everything we need to make it. The items are written on the cards, making sure they see everything, they know everything. This proved a useful activity because obviously I'm going through this a bit fast. And doing it this way helps them remember the new words. I'm going to go forward just a little bit. This is my group, my second group. I brought the hot water in for the first group, and then in my mind I checked, already did it, and so I forgot to bring it in the second time. Well, it was there, but it was cooled down, and I do need it to be just a little bit warm. Going through it one more time real fast. I'm going to skip ahead. So now I have the cards, they have to read it. Some of the words are a bit long, but I do have one or two students in this class that is fairly advanced. And we are in a reading motivated semester, and this is a bit more about matching. I mean, I'll tell them, of course measuring cup is too long, but I do want the written reading element in there as well, whilst remembering the new words. So physically putting the cards on the objects, making sure every student gets one turn. I'm gonna just go ahead a little bit. Just for fun, I put my name in there as well. Just for laughs. Because they would obviously start to get a bit disengaged when it's not their turn, and that got their attention again, that was not a cooking object in the mix. Here's the fun part, demonstration of the...
Okay, so this dough we're going to play with. We're not going to make a cake, we're not going to make a noodle. We're not going to make salt. Don't eat. If we're making a noodle, if we're making a cake or a cookie, we make the same dough, but no salt. This is a play dough, so we have to salt. First we have to measure 1 cup of salt. Who can help me measure 1 cup this? 1 cup of salt. To measure 1 cup of salt, take the salt and make sure I have 1 cup.
Helping them measure out a bit. So they really want to see. I know they want to see, but I can't have them crowd the table because I'm afraid that they'll put things in their mouths and stuff. I couldn't let them mix it all by themselves at their tables. It was possible for it to become really messy as well, so that's why I had to do the single demonstration. It would have been so great to let them do it individually as well, but logistics behind that with just me waiting for the water. I can go ahead a little. Okay, so this was so cute. Wow! See the stuff change and mix. See, look at that. Like they never saw salt dissolve into water, disappearing into water, which is unbelievable. Okay, so next we add the dough. I let them help me every step of the way. Okay, so it's not that hot actually, but it might be hot to them, and I don't have a lot of feeling in my fingers, so my feeling of it is not an accurate measure. So mixing, I really want them to do it, but yeah, concerned that they can hurt themselves because to me it's not hot, but it might be to them. So I'm just doing this part until it cools down, and then they can do the flour bit. So she's continuously touching stuff, and like I'm the one that can get in trouble, so one, if it hurts her, I'm in trouble. Two, if she will put whatever she got in her finger in her mouth, and then I'm in trouble. So
I measured how much? I measured what? Flour! I measured 1 cup of flour.
okay, I don't have a lot of time left, and there's still a lot happening. So here they're getting a chance to mix, because this is so exciting for them.
I know because you're being naughty and getting up all the time and have to say, Amanda.
Amanda was agitated that she's not getting a turn, but it's because I've had to address her so many times during this lesson, so she's getting a turn last for that reason. So I can't disappear to the bathroom to wash my hands if I need it now, and I need my hands clean to give them the paper in a minute. But I'm showing them kneading, and this is not... It's gonna go ahead a bit more.
After we do this, I'll let you touch it a little bit. Okay?
And we have a worksheet. So the picture's there and the words are there, so they can copy the word that they want, draw what they want, and then there's a sentence bit.
Then there's a sentence. I'm going to ask you to say, what did you make from dough? I made a cookie from dough. I made pie from dough.
And this is our sentence that's being added to our daily routine. What can you make from dough? And then they can make things from dough actually. So the reason I'm doing it this way around is because it'll probably be a bit messy after the playing with the dough part, and then getting them reorganized to do a worksheet will be difficult. So that's why I decided to do the worksheet first, get that part done, and then the only thing I need to worry about after this is just keeping them clean and wrapping it up when the next group comes in, because that's also not a strict timing thing. They might come in early, they might come in late, and depending on what happens, they can just either keep playing or I can wrap them up a bit faster that way. And if there's a worksheet to do, it's a bit harder. So now I'm just sending them off to their table so I can give them the worksheet to fill in real quick. This will go on the wall and be a speaking prompt later to help them talk about dough and remember what they learned. Blair, she's such a sweetie pie. Okay, nothing much happening right now, just getting everybody organized. Right now they already have their paper and their pencil cases. I'm moving the table closer again because this time they're going to touch the stuff. I didn't want them touching inappropriately while I was doing the demo. So I'm setting up the play space, putting up more plastic so there's more room for them all. I'm going to keep it clean. Just kneading it out a bit more. As I didn't turn, looks like I didn't turn the camera around to film them doing the actual worksheet. But as they are finishing their worksheet, they're coming back to me and then saying a little bit about dough and flour. And then I'll start giving them some dough to play with while we wait for everybody else to finish. So this is another reason why this works out great, is this occupies them, the ones that are already done, and frees up my time to govern and check on everything. Okay, I just finished giving a lot of bits and pieces ready. There's enough for every student, one ball, and then when I start playing, I have more dough in the back, and I'll give them for speaking good English, but this is just a little piece to get them started. Okay, I'm almost out of time. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, Amanda was naughty. She gets a small piece. I made another space to the side because there was a bit many of them for the one table, but this is the larger group, so I'm obviously focusing on them a bit more. Albert can't speak very much, poor thing. I'm going to go to the part where I start rewarding them for speaking, because that's interesting to see. Oops. They're really enjoying this, aren't they? This guy over here, Jark, he made a dinosaur and Jimmy squashed it. He was very upset. I had to ask one of the other students to tell him that it's okay. I will remake his dinosaur for him. because you could see he was just crushed. I explained to him, I'm so sorry, your dinosaur's gone. Jimmy squished it. I talked to Jimmy so that he wouldn't go. I told him that I talked to Jimmy so he wouldn't go and confront Jimmy himself and fix the dinosaur and give it back to him later. Poor dear. Jimmy didn't mean to be mean. He just saw a shape and instinctively squished it because it's 5. And so here I'm starting to, as they speak English, I'm giving them more dose, and so inadvertently that they became more noisy, which wasn't, what I was going for. And then I had to quiet them down again, but good English. Then I'm giving them more dough. Hi Amanda, she can be really great and sometimes a bit of a nuisance. But she's very interested in learning. So I guess she tries to dominate and get more attention because she's so eager. And the struggle is to both encourage her but also tone it down a bit so I can get to the other students as well. Okay, that noise is the other group starting to come back, so this is where I have to wrap them up and get them back and ready for the next class. The rest of this is just them playing a bit more because even though the other class is back, they're actually back early. And yeah, here I'm just wrapping up their little cookies that they made in cling film so they can take it home. And that's it.